So the next topic that we have is we have trigonometric ratios. So trigonometric ratios. So till now we have done Pythagoras theorem. Pythagoras theorem, we saw that we were playing with 90-degree angles only. In trigonometric ratios as well, we will be playing with 90-degree triangles only. The only major difference over here is that we will be able to find out the angles of each side as well. So angles are coming into play now. So let's see how it works. Trigonometric ratios, the first thing that you have for trigonometric ratios is the formula. Or as I like to say it, it's basically like a song, or at least the those notes of any song. So it goes as so ka toa. So it's so ka toa, which means sine angle equals to opposite over hypotenuse, cos angle equals to adjacent over hypotenuse, and tan angle equals to opposite over adjacent. So to remind you again and again of trigonometric ratios, SOHCAHTAN is made SOHCAHTAN. So it becomes easier to remember or memorize trigonometric ratios, right? So now you see over here everywhere it's made sine angle equals to sine theta. This sine can be called angle or theta, so both are the same thing and both are correct, so no problem over there. Let's put it in play and let's see if we can figure something out accordingly, right? These figures, the other figures, opposite, hypotenuse, adjacent, hypotenuse, opposite, adjacent, these terminologies are you're already familiar with, so I don't think I need to explain this anymore. But if you're not, and if you're finding this a bit confusing, then I would suggest to go on the previous video and see what these sides mean, or what do they tell you, right? So, and again, it is very important to recognize these sides individually. You need to know what opposite is and which side is opposite, which side is adjacent, which side is hypotenuse. Okay, so let's go on to the question now. So for example, before going over there, let me put a question of my own so that we can get this out. So for example, you have a triangle like this. This is your 90-degree angle and this is your angle over here. Let's suppose that this angle that is given to you is 30 degrees and this side that is given to you as is, let's say, 12. Okay, so let's take this as 12. You need to find out x and you need to find out y. So how will we do this? We will do this according to the formula. So let's take x first. Let's take out x first. What is x, or what is the side of x? The side of x, first you'll have to realize what side it is. So x is hypotenuse and y is opposite. So first let's go on to hypotenuse. Let's find out x. What you will do is you'll put, what formula can we use if we are supposed to find out hypotenuse and adjacent is given to us? So you take out the formula so ka toa. So ka makes sense because cos theta equals to adjacent over hypotenuse. So adjacent you already have, which is 12. So let me put it, cos 30, angle being the angle that is given to you over here. So cos 30 equals to adjacent is 12 over hypotenuse is x. You do not know x over here. So what you'll do is you'll put this x to the other side, which is unknown, which you need to find out, and cos 30 to the other side, so it will go down. So now this will be structured as x equals to 12 over cos 30. I'll also teach you how to use a calculator over here. So let me just shift this from a normal to a scientific calculator. Okay, so there's a scientific calculator given to you. All you're going to do is you have to put 30 and press cos. So when you put 30 and then you press cos, the answer that you have is 12 over 0.866. And when I do, where is the C button? Yes. So 12 divided by, where is the divide? Yeah, divide sign over here. 0.866. The answer that we get is 13.85. So our answer over here would be x equals to 13.85, which means that this hypotenuse side would be 13.85. Notice that this 13.85 is longer than 12, which means that our answer is not that bad. Our answer is fine till now, right? We'll see if y is longer than 13.85 or it's less than that. So let's take a separate space for y. For y, in order to find out y is opposite given to us over here. You can also do this by Pythagoras theorem, because you already know hypotenuse, you know adjacent. All you're going to do is you have to find out opposite. So you're going to put the rule of h square equals to o square plus a square. You can do that as well, but I'll teach you in order to teach the ratios. Let me just go through the ratios only. So let's then again take 12, which is our adjacent, and what we need to find out is opposite over here. So what formula is there, or what ratio do we have where opposite and adjacent come in the same formula? We have tan. So tan angle equals to opposite over adjacent. Tan 30 equals to opposite, we know is y over here, and adjacent we know is 12 already. All we're going to do is we're going to put 12 upstairs. So 12 times tan 30 equals to y. I will show you once again how to use a calculator over here. All you're going to do, so if you have a scientific calculator for Casio and FX221 and all of that, then you'll write tan first and then you'll write 30. But I have the Windows calculator, so I am doing 30 and then I'm going to press tan over here, so it comes out to 0.577. 0.577 times 12 gives me 6.92. So y will be equal to 6.92, and as you can see, this seems to be the shortest side as well, and it is the shortest side as well. So y is 6.92. So our opposite is 6.92 and our hypotenuse is 13.85. This is how we will pull off our ratios, right? I will show you one more question, after which we will go on to the actual questions that are given to us. So let's take this question F. So over here, what are we given? First realize that. So we are given hypotenuse. We have to find out opposite, because adjacent is this side, has angle and 90, both are coming on this side. So this is adjacent. So we do not need this side yet. So all we're going to do is we're going to see a formula, or we're going to see a ratio that gives you opposite and adjacent in the same formula. So what is that? That is sine 45. The angle is given to us, so let's take 45 as it is. Sine 45 equals to opposite, or opposite is given to us as C. So let me take C. over 45. 45 is the hypotenuse as well. So sine 45, I think sine 45 is 0.5, but let me check this over here just to be sure. Let me cancel this out. So 45 sine 0.70, sorry, my bad. So 0.70 times 45 equals to C. And what is 0.7 times 45? Gives me 31.81. So my C is given to me as 31.82. I'll take it. 819, so I'll take it as 8.82. Okay. So this is how you take out C over here. Ratios are very important, so make sure you are on top of this. If you do not understand anything, please look at the videos once again, or rewind this once again. And even then, if it is a bit more difficult or a bit cloudy, do let me know. I'll explain it to you once again, don't worry. Alright, so now after this, on the topic of ratios only, you have one more way in which a question can come to you. So I'll do this question, but first I'll explain the question, then I'll do that question. So again, if a question like this is given to you, there is 90 degree over here, the angle this time is x. Let's suppose this is given to you as 8, this is given to you as 14. What you need to do is you need to find out x, or the angle over here. So how will you do that? First things first, this side is opposite and this side is hypotenuse. What is the formula in which, or what is the ratio in which hypotenuse and opposite both come together? So that is the sine angle, or sine theta, SOH, S-O-H, right? So sine theta equals to opposite over hypotenuse. So now we'll keep sine x equals to opposite is 8 and hypotenuse is 14. So now look at this very carefully, okay? What you need to do is 8 and 14, I mean, you can do this, you can find out a decimal value for that, that is fine. Or I'll just find out a decimal value. 8 divided by 14 gives you 0.57, right? So 0.57 is alright. Sine x equals to 0.57. But now what you need to do is you need to bring this sine to the other side of equal to. Usually what we do is, if something is multiplying over here, we bring it in division. For sine, cos and tan, what we will do is x equals to x equals to sine inverse 0.57. Why did I write sine inverse or sine to the power -1? For those of you who have seen the algebra videos and do understand how algebra works and powers in an algebra work, I will explain this. But if you do not understand, don't worry about it much, because do comment over here that if you did not understand what happened, and then I will explain this once again. Don't worry about it, okay? So generally what happens is x equals to 0.57 divided by sine. It should have been, right? Because sine is being multiplied with x over here. When sine goes to the other side, it should be divided. Sine has a power of 1 over here. When this sine is taken upstairs, this power of 1 is inversed or becomes -1, because of which x equals to sine inverse 0.57. And why am I saying inverse again and again? Because in the calculator you actually have something as inverse. So let's take that into consideration as well. This INV, in a lot of calculators there would be written second, or 2ND or INV. Anything of that sort is basically the same thing. So let me write it, 0.57 inverse sine. So when I do this, I get 34.75. So 34.75 is my angle, 34.75 degrees. In the previous question over here as well, whatever our answer was, it was supposed to come in centimeters, right? So in case I've forgotten, it has to come in centimeters. Please make sure of that. So over here 34.57, according to my made up question, this is my angle for x, 34.57. This is how it works. Obviously, if there are any difficulties, do let me know. Let's start with the question that I told you earlier. Let's do this question. Opposite is given to us as 4.2 centimeters. Hypotenuse is given to us as 6.8 centimeters. Angle we have to find out. What formula will we use in which both our opposite and hypotenuse come? Yes, that is correct. Again, sine would come. So sine angle equals to 4.2, which is opposite, over hypotenuse is 6.8. So 4.2 divided by 6.8, what do you get? 4.2 divided by 6.8, you get 0.617. You do sine inverse 38.144. So angle equals to 38.144 will be your angle or your value for x, 38.144. That's how you do it. Make sure that you are giving your answer in 2 decimal figures. So because unless they've asked you to put it in 3 decimal figures, then it is okay. Or else give your answer in 2 decimal figures only. Alright, so that's about it for the ratios. Try other questions. Try questions for cos, tan. Obviously, I will be giving you more questions for cos, tan and all of that as well for practice. So you can try that as well. By the end of the lecture, I will leave a revision worksheet so that everyone can do that and make sure that they understand what's happening, right? Next topic that we're about to come are the sine rule and the cos rule. Oh, they are a bit tricky. So let's go on to our next video.